Shabbat Shalom, folks, and Mishpocha. Now I continue the Torah reading for this Shabbat. We're in Leviticus, chapter 3, verse 7. If he offer a lamb for his offering, then shall he offer it before Yehovah. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's sons shall sprinkle the blood thereof round about upon the altar. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering, an offering made by fire unto Jehovah, the fat thereof and the whole rump, it shall he take off hard by the backbone, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire unto Jehovah. And if his offering be a goat, then he shall offer it before Jehovah. He shall lay his hand upon the head of it, and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the sons of Aharon shall sprinkle the blood thereof upon the altar round about. 14. And he shall offer thereof his offering, even an offering made by fire unto Jehovah, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet savor. All the fat is the Lord's. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood. Let me read that again. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood. Okay. Continuing. Rabban Gar. And Yehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of Yehovah concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them, if the priest that is anointed do sin according to the sin of the people, then let him bring for his sin, which he hath sinned, a young bullock without blemish unto Yehovah for a sin offering. And he shall bring the bullock unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before Yehovah. He shall lay his hand upon the bullock's head, and kill the bullock before Yehovah. And the priest that is anointed shall take of the bullock's blood, and bring it to the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall dip his finger in the blood, and sprinkle of the blood 7 times before Yehovah, before the veil of the sanctuary. Shabbat. And the priest shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar of sweet incense before Yehovah, which is in the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall pour all the blood of the bullock at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall take off from it all the fat of the bullock for the sin offering, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. As it was taken off from the bullock of the sacrifice of peace offerings, and the priest shall burn them upon the altar of the burnt offering. And the skin of the bullock, and all his flesh, with his head, and with his legs, and his inwards, and his dung. Even the whole bullock shall he carry forth without the camp, or outside the camp, unto a clean place, where the ashes are poured out, and burn him on the wood with fire. Where the ashes are poured out, shall he be burned. And if the whole congregation of Israel sin through ignorance, and the thing be hid from the eyes of the assembly, and they have done somewhat against any of the commandments of Jehovah concerning things which should not be done, and are guilty. 14. When the sin which they have sinned against it is known, then the congregation shall offer a young bullock for the sin, and bring him before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the elders of the congregation shall lay their hands upon the head of the bullock before Jehovah, and the bullock shall be killed before Jehovah. And the priest that is anointed shall bring of the bullock's blood to the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall dip his finger in some of the blood, and shall sprinkle it 7 times before Jehovah, even before the veil. And he shall put some of the blood upon the horns of the altar, which is before Jehovah, that is in the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall pour out all the blood at the bottom of the altar of the burnt offering, which is at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. He shall take all his fat from him, and burn it upon the altar. He shall do with the bullock as he did with the bullock for a sin offering, so shall he do with this. And the priest shall make an atonement for them, and this shall be forgiven them. 21. And he shall carry forth the bullock without the camp, or outside the camp, and burn him as he burned the first bullock. It is a sin offering for the congregation. When the ruler has sinned, and done somewhat through ignorance against any of the commandments of Jehovah his Elohim, concerning things which should not be done, and is guilty, or if his sin wherein he has sinned come to his knowledge, he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a male without blemish. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the goat, and kill it in the place where they killed the burnt offering before Jehovah. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of the burnt offering, and shall pour out his blood at the bottom of the altar of burnt offering. And he shall burn all his sin upon the altar as a fat of the sacrifice of peace offerings, and the priest shall make an atonement for him as concerning his sin, and this shall be forgiven him. And if any one of the common people sin through ignorance, all they do is somewhat against any of the commandments of Jehovah concerning things which ought not to be done, and be guilty. 28. Or if his sin which he has sinned come to his knowledge, then he shall bring his offering, a kid of the goats, a female without blemish, for his sin which he hath sinned. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay the sin offering in the place of the burnt offering. And the priest shall take of the blood thereof with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. And he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat is taken away from off the sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar for a sweet savor unto Jehovah. And the priest shall make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. And if he bring a lamb for a sin offering, he shall bring it a female without blemish. And he shall lay his hand upon the head of the sin offering, and slay it for a sin offering in the place where they kill the burnt offering. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and put it upon the horns of the altar of burnt offering, and shall pour out all the blood thereof at the bottom of the altar. And he shall take away all the fat thereof, as the fat of the lamb is taken away from the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto Jehovah. And the priest shall make an atonement for his sin that he hath committed, and it shall be forgiven him. And if a soul sin, and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness where he hath seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, or they saw touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass of an unclean beast, or a carcass of unclean cattle, or the carcass of unclean creeping things, and if it be hidden from him, he also shall be unclean and guilty. Or if he touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever uncleanness it be, that a man shall be defiled withal, and it be hid from him, and he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty. Or if he shall swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil, or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him, and he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty in one of these. This shall be when he shall be guilty in one of these things, that he shall confess that he hath sinned in that thing, and he shall bring his trespass offering unto Jehovah for his sin which he hath sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goats, for a sin offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his sin. Shabbat. And if he be not able to bring a lamb, then he shall bring for his trespass which he hath committed 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons unto Jehovah, one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And he shall bring them unto the priest, who shall offer that which is for the sin offering first, and wring off his head from his neck, but shall not divide it asunder or apart. And he shall sprinkle of the blood of the sin offering upon the side of the altar, and the rest of the blood shall be wrung out at the bottom of the altar. It is a sin offering. And he shall offer the second for a burnt offering, according to the manner, and the priest shall make an atonement for him for his sin which he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven him. But if he be not able to bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he that sins shall bring for his offering the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a sin offering. He shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon, for it is a sin offering. Then shall he bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take a handful of it, even a memorial, or a memorial portion thereof, and burn it on the altar, according to the offerings made by fire unto Jehovah. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as touching his sin, that he hath sinned in one of these, and it shall be forgiven him. And the remnant shall be the priest as a meat offering. 14. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, if a soul commit a trespass, and sin through ignorance, in the holy things of Jehovah, then he shall bring for his trespass unto Jehovah a ram without blemish, although the flocks, with the estimation by shekels of silver, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for a trespass offering. And he shall make amends for the harm that he hath done in the holy thing, and shall add the 5th part thereto, and give it unto the priest. And the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering, and this shall be forgiven him. And if he shall sin and commit any of these things which are forbidden to be done by the commandments of Jehovah, though he wist it not, yet is he guilty, and shall bear his iniquity. And he shall bring a ram without blemish out of the flock, with an estimation, for a trespass offering, unto the priest, and the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his ignorance. Wherein he erred and wist it not, and it shall be forgiven him. It is a trespass offering. He hath certainly trespassed against Jehovah. Sheesh. And Jehovah spake unto Moshe, saying, if he shall sin and commit a trespass against Jehovah, and lie unto his neighbor in that which was delivered him to keep, or a fellowship, or anything taken away by violence, or hath deceived his neighbor, found that which was lost, and lieth concerning it, and sweareth falsely, and any of all these that a man doeth, sitting therein, then it shall be, because he hath sinned and is guilty, that he shall restore that which he took violently away, or the thing which he hath deceitfully gotten, or that which was delivered him to keep, or the lost thing which he found, or all that about which he hath sworn falsely, he shall even restore it in the principal, and shall add the fifth part more thereto, and give it unto him to whom it appertaineth in the day of his trespass offering. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto Jehovah, a ram without blemish out of the flock, with the estimation for a trespass offering unto the priest Shavang, and the priest shall make an atonement for him before Jehovah, and this shall be forgiven him for any thing of all that he hath done in trespassing therein. Well, that is the end of the Torah portion for this Shabbat, folks. In this Pokha. Shabbat Shalom.